little.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ray Hayes with Supply News, coming to you again with another mini podcast. Did want to remind you before I start to follow us on our social media platforms. You can follow us on Facebook at Supply News. You can follow us on Twitter at GDN Network, and we're also on Google Plus at Supply News. Thank you all for checking the videos out, the ones that's on the podcast, but the videos out that are on YouTube, greatly appreciate it. Definitely, could you please just leave comments, let us know how we're doing, some suggestions that would greatly be appreciated. So after the video, definitely, if you enjoy it, let us know and enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, let us know, and that's how we can progress and develop our content. But today, I wanted to talk about artificial intelligence. For the past few months now, I've been doing either an article or a podcast about artificial intelligence, aka AI, which is an abbreviation for AI, and the fact that Elon Musk, or I recently touched on the fact that Elon Musk, he's somewhat worried about the way artificial intelligence is progressing and what can come of it, and he's been very critical about it. He is excited to see that the technology is steadily progressing and changing and giving us new things and way we can use it in the business world, video games, sports, etc. It's given us a new way to look at the world, and that's pretty cool. However, Musk, who has repeatedly warned about AI's potential threat to humankind's existence, which were somewhat similar to what Will Smith talks about in iRobot, and how we fear that if AI gets in the wrong hands of a developer, so say for instance China becomes the main country who produces AI and just are above everyone else, including the US, Europe, whatsoever. They're just way ahead of everybody. Who knows what they can do with it? And that's what Musk was worried about. He talks about how the fact that we need to put laws together to regulate AI, and which possibly is true. One thing I found online recently, Bill Gates, Microsoft Bill Gates, he recently had an interview where he talks about AI and the fact that he disagrees with Musk. Granted, there is some worries about AI, but Gates went on to say, according to Gates, the so-called control problem that Elon is worried about isn't something that people should feel is imminent. We shouldn't panic about it. Now, whether you agree with him or not, as of right now, we shouldn't be panicking about it. I'm sure there will be laws put in place to regulate things, but at the same time, Gates has a point, but Elon has a point too. Granted, no, we shouldn't be making a big fuss about it right now, but on the other side, to agree with Musk, in the future we should. You just have to worry about who has their hands on it. Simply put, it's we're developing robots and androids who will have human-like abilities. And with those human-like abilities, it's no telling what they can do. So, granted, yes, we should be worried about it, but maybe we're too worried. Maybe we have that same prejudice against AI or androids and robots as Will Smith did in iRobot. I know I keep making them references, but you should check it out. iRobot. This just definitely reminds me of it. But I just wanted to touch on that. Bill Gates, like I said, he disagrees. The fact that we shouldn't be worried about it just yet. What Musk talks about just yet. Well, I mean, we'll see. Also, in other news, I was browsing the internet as well today, and I came across a android, a human-like android that was created for the Tokyo Game Show. The android was, like I said, it was a human-like android, and it was as a prop for the PlayStation 4 video game Detroit. It's going to be coming out later on this year, I believe, in the winter, around December or so. But the game Detroit centers on an android, human-like android, and him making a decision. I'm not sure of the full details of things, but he's making a decision whether he should save a human's life or not, and you play it out throughout the game or whatever. But the android that was at the Tokyo Game Show looked at just like a human. Like I had to look at the video more than once to no, this is not real. But it's scary. Like it literally just looks just like a woman. I mean, the android is a woman, a Japanese woman, and it looks just like facial features and all looks just like the lady. I'm going to post a link to the video in the bio for this podcast, and you can check it out yourself. But just looking at that and seeing the fact that if they're doing this now, just imagine what's going to come up in the next 20 to 30 years from now. It'll be more than just the fact of it is, these androids won't just simply look like a human being or react like a human being. It will have possibly the ability to talk, walk, do everything you and I do with ease at that. So it's cool to see, but that puts a case at what Musk is saying. Like, the fact of it is, this technology is simply amazing. And the things that people can do with the technology to build these androids and artificial intelligence systems is spectacular. And with kids learning this information at a young age and seeing the opportunity of what we can do with AI, who knows what the future holds for us. So, I mean, it's cool. It's definitely cool to see. Even though Musk talks about the fact that we should fear AI, ironically, he's using AI at Tesla. There's I saw something recently online. There wasn't all the information out there, so once I gather more information about it, I'll definitely share it. But he's going to be using it, AI, like I said, with Tesla and SpaceX. SpaceX is a company he also owns, which allows people eventually to go to space. Possibly, I mean, that's kind of cool. But like I said, once I get the full details, I'll share it with you. But even though he talks about it, he's still going to use it because AI can make the opportunity to travel to space faster. It can give Teslas the innovation and the technology to create self-driving cars, which some cars they already have right now to today. But you can get faster and quicker self-driving cars. So even though the man he talks about it and the fear of it, ironically he's using it. So this, I mean, you can just from that alone, you can tell there's truly an importance for AI. With that being said, thank you all for listening to the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, my name is Ray Hayes with Supplier News. Before the podcast started, follow us at our social media platforms. We're out there. Check us out on our website, www.suppliernews.com. We have daily articles dealing with small business news and diversity news, supplier diversity. We also host a podcast series with with NMSDC. In the podcast series, hashtag We Are NMSDC, the National Minority Supplier Diversity Council. So check it out if you get a chance. With that being said, thank you, and I hope everyone has a good evening.